Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to Marco Plays Risk. Today I have a very good news. I finally broke the 20k barrier and I'm now at like position 17,000 something on the ladder, which I'm very proud of. That's the highest I've ever been. So I'm excited to see how far I can go. But today we are, oopsie, I just showed the settings. Today we are again looking at a game that I played last week, which is again on the Younger Scrolls map. This is my second game on this particular map. The settings are as follows. We again have 70% Domination, which is a game mode I quite like recently. 60 seconds on the turn timer, of course ranked and progressive and balanced dice, no restrictions on the ranks, and alliances, fog of war and blizzards all off. So at this point I already knew some stuff about the map. Here we see the continents again. I'm not gonna repeat everything that I said in the last video. I think the one of my last videos was also on this map. And if you're interested in my breakdown on the continents, then you can watch that instead. Today we're gonna focus more on the gameplay. I am in the 4th position in the orange pieces. And as I was saying on the last video, the continents on this map are kind of important. So if you don't hold a continent in the first couple turns, like until the first matches arrive, then you will probably die very soon. So let's check out my position. I have some stuff down here, and there is not a lot of guard in this continent by other players. So that would be the best continent for me to go for. And it seems like that is what I am about to do. I attack a little bit more on this map than I usually would to get the territory unit bonus. So when you hold 12 territories, you get 1 more unit, and 15 you get 2 more units, and so on. And holding 12 territories on this map is actually quite possible. It's not possible for everyone, but it does make sense if there are lots of ones that you can go through, that you can get to the 12 and get 1 extra unit, which does matter in the early game. So we see pink played first and played on the bottom left continent, which is in my opinion the strongest continent on this map. Not in terms of troops, because this one and this one would be better, but like in terms of troops in regards to the defensive positions. So on this island you only have 1, 2, 3 positions that you have to defend, and you get a +5, so that's a pretty good deal. Whereas for this +7 you have 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive positions, so I find that is not as good. And this one at the bottom right has 3 defensive positions and produces +4 bonus troops, so that's also pretty nifty. Okay, so black is going for the stone loft, which is the smallest bonus, but it's also the one that's the easiest to take. So having stone loft is better than having no continent at all, for sure. And it seems like white is gonna go for this bottom right one. So we see pretty much everyone trying to set up a position in a continent, which is generally the play that I would recommend on this map. On this map, I find it's not so much about being in different positions. It's more about having a continent and generating as many extra troops as possible. So what am I doing there? I opened a second position in the north. I think that was a mistake. As I was saying, this was my second game on this map, so I was still getting to know the intricacies. But now I would say this is definitely not the correct move. I should have put everything here and take a couple more, maybe not attack the 4, but make it clear to red that they should move out or I will run you over. But oh well. No one has a continent so far, so that's not too worrying. But white will probably get this finished on the next turn or the second to next turn. Purple is going for this continent here, which is pretty big and also gives a +6 bonus, I think. But they won't be able to hold because everything they have here is just too small. And it would be very simple for pink to break it. But that could be good for me, actually, if I was more committed to this continent. Because then purple and pink may be fighting a lot, which would give me more freedom to expand down here. I'd still have to contest with some of red's troops, but it's better than fighting with someone else who has a continent. And black now finishes the stone loft on turn 3, which is not a very fast take, but black is still the first one to take a continent at all, so they can be happy with that, I think. And white is also putting troops in some different places. Not really going for this continent. So if I was in white's position, I would definitely put everything here. And try and get this finished as soon as possible. Because there's no one even in your area who would want to break you. We have red, but there are not really any red units, so they'd have to invest whatever they produce. And here I wanted to save my 1 unit and get some value out of it. But again, not the correct play by me, I don't think. I think the last 2 turns I should have put everything I had here and then take this continent. I may have to defend against this 4, but that wouldn't be too much of an issue. So yeah, so it's turn 3 and I still don't have a continent because I'm not committed enough. No purple has this very big one. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guard points for only a +6. I think it's +6. I'm pretty sure it's +6. It might be +7, but yeah. And this 3 is very breakable by pink. Or even black could break into it. And black really should break it. Because they are the most under threat by purple right now. Pink may also break it, but I mean purple can excuse me. Purple will need like 1 or 2 turns with this continent to really get value out of it. So they can't attack immediately, but they will attack eventually. So now would really be the time for blue or for black or pink to break this. But it seems like neither of them do. So we'll see how that plays out. And now you see we have 3 players with continents and they seem to be content with letting each other hold them. At least for now. And I'm here with none, and white is here with also none. White and I are in several positions, but that doesn't really help us when the enemies just have way more troops. And now maybe white finishes. I mean, even if you do, red is kind of in the way right now. Red played here for some reason. And yeah, red is also pretty weak. So once the next turn comes around, pink, purple and black will be in very good spots. And I again spread out, which I don't think is the correct play at all. I could have gotten this continent like ages ago. Oh, red moved these units here to there. So yeah, that would have made it much easier to hold. It really depends a lot on the map whether or not it makes sense to take continents in progressive. In fixed, it's pretty simple. You always go for a continent. But in progressive, it's kind of dependent on how big the bonuses are and how difficult they are to take. So I don't really have a rule of thumb just yet. I kind of have to feel it out if it's worth to take continents on a particular map. Now I got a white 5 here and a red 5 here, so my chance to take this continent is kind of gone. I could maybe go for this, but then I'm right next to pink, and pink will outgenerate everyone from blue. They have a very good defensive position and a very good bonus in addition. Something is in my throat. So let's see, in terms of troops, pink has the most, second is purple, and then comes black. As I've been saying, everyone who holds a continent has an advantage over everyone else. And then there is white with 29, red with 25, and myself with 23. I'm not sure why I only have 23. Probably because I am not guarding anything. And all my smaller stacks just got killed. So yeah, I am definitely not in a good position. And I might even die first. So in this position, as I keep saying in pretty much all my videos, if you are one of the weakest players, then your only real chance to stay in the game is to make a kill and get the bonuses. But even with the bonuses, we didn't have a single match yet. We didn't have a single match, and pink is already like 11 troops ahead of me. And I have a whopping 24 units here. And they generate like 10. So the time it takes for the matches to catch up like in size to the continents is very long on this map. In the Turkey map, for instance, the map is still big, and there are very big and strong continents, but they are very hard to defend. And so for you to take a continent, on average, takes longer than on this map. And so the time between you having a continent and the matches getting big becomes shorter. So you don't get as much value out of your continents, if you know what I mean. I hope I explained that somewhat understandably. So that's why it varies, I feel like. Why it varies in the different maps when it makes sense to go for continents. Jeez. So pink now, 48, takes the first match, which is worth 4 units, and that's completely fine. You wouldn't even feel a difference right there as pink if you take the 4 or the 8. So yeah. And now pink is encroaching on my position. Pink essentially just has to wait, like expand a little bit. I think you're over attacking here. You're kind of opening yourself up for an attack into your continent. I mean, not really, because the 7 is behind 2 3s. But still, I don't think you have to attack as much as you did right there as pink. And black is now kind of blocking white from taking the continent here. But they probably do it now. Perhaps. Yeah, now they take it. It's quite late into the game, but it's not too late for the continent to matter. Since the bonuses are quite big on this map, the continents matter a lot, a long time into the game. And since progressive games are quite short, they pretty much matter throughout the whole game. So now I get my match, and even though I get a pretty big match in terms of troops, I can't catch up to the people who held a continent. And now I kind of want to get out of the way and maybe set up a kill on someone. I mainly want to get away from pink because this position is under great threat by pink, and they wouldn't even need a match to take all of this out. That's just how strong the continents are on this map. And even a second position won't really save me. At least not in the long term. purple now at 64. We are at turn 6, by the way. And purple already has 64 units, which is massive. And I am at 27, and they just keep attacking my weak positions, making me even weaker. So yeah, it's either me or red who die first, I'd say, in this position. My only real hope would be to get the kill on red, but I'd need... yeah, I don't even know what I need. I think I'm pretty much dead in like 1 or 2 turns. Unless I get very lucky. So let's see what red does. For red, it's kind of the same situation. But since they got the bigger match, they are in a better spot than I. So red could also definitely kill me. If I don't match next turn and I still live by the time it's red's turn, then they should definitely kill me and take my cards. And then they may have a way back into this game. It's also quite interesting how no one is really breaking continents here. They've been just building up for a while. I guess they know that they are going to go 1, 2, and 3 in some order or another. So they don't really need to attack each other. Lots of fighting here. Also black attacking a whole lot, which is like not the best play, I don't think. Because everything you should be thinking about now is you have a continent, okay, that's squared away, and now you want to make a kill on somebody. So that's either me or red. Or even white. White is in kind of one position, very easy to access. If I get a match, then I may be even able to kill white. Yeah, that could just about be enough. Red is a bit harder to kill because red is in like 4 positions and has more units, but I don't have a match, so yeah. I will be dead very, very soon. Maybe my best move would have been to not take a card, but I think even 3 cards are worth the 26 units that I have. So I don't think I could like dissuade anyone from killing me. Now we see a break. So 2 continents is enough for purple to spring into action. And I'm just getting attacked all over. I mean, I don't even have a lot, but I'm just in the way for everyone, it seems. And so I lose 1 troop after the other. So the real question is who takes the kill. And yeah, whoever makes the first kill will win, pretty sure. So if pink matches now, they don't. So pink cannot kill me. Pink does the same mistake again that I point out in pretty much every game, that that he spreads out all these units. So like these two do nothing, and you have like a 4-point guard here. So none of these stacks can really attack efficiently. So I don't think holding this continent is actually worth it. What you would want to do, I think, is just stack up here or there, kind of in the defensive line for these islands, and then build a massive stack. I mean, this could easily be 20 or 30 big. And then you use that to kill me here, and then move up there and kill me there would easily be enough. But that's kind of the transition from the early game to the mid game. In the early game, it still makes sense to have this kind of setup, so you can defend your continent effectively. I still don't have a match, so now I am dead for sure. If I wasn't dead before, then now I am. I'm still at 27. I can't even hold on to the units that I generate. What was I saying? Transition from early game to mid game. In the early game, you want a good defense on your continents, but in the mid game, it's more important to have an offensive position to make the kill. Because now I'm worth 5 cards, and purple and black are actually doing the exact same thing. For white, it's much better. White has 2 big stacks, but white doesn't have as many troops. But the units, oh, they even have a third. The units that they do have are in big enough stacks to be threatening to make a kill on somebody. And that is kind of what you are, what you want to do in the mid game. So now red is coming to kill me, and that is the exact right move that you want to do as red. Come kill me, get my 5 cards, and take 2 matches. Red now has 9 cards in hand, so they get to match twice, which is almost 100 units. And now you kill... why is it only... It should have been more, I think. Whatever. They have a lot of units, can kill white, get another match. And yeah, that's get 2 more matches, and that's just what you want to do. That's why you need offensive positions. And even though red was behind like most of the game, they can now take the win. Because at some point the kills are just more valuable than the continents. So who you gonna kill next? Probably purple or pink. You probably don't even need to make a kill, you just have to get to the 70. So take all of this down here and then you are done. Maybe they don't know the win condition. Or maybe they do. 66. Come on, red, you got this. Yeah, they do it. That was the exact right play by red. That was very well played. And yeah, that is this game. So I hope you could see the importance of continents in this Younger Scrolls map, but also the importance of positioning as you progress into the mid-game, where it's more about the cards than the continents. And that's the game for today. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you leave a like and a comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.